And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 239. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, just in a little bit after we have our usual, guy bro conversation, we're actually going to have a topic that will come up that I will, as you guys know, we do it in these episodes of the Miss K show, and then I release it as a video for the people that, don't like watching podcasts and just want to only see the clipped, topic that we usually cover in like a video. I actually wanted to basically revisit the idea that basically Michael Bay's return could be the only way to save Transformers. So that'll be the topic later on tonight that we'll cover for a video.
Interesting.
But just want to let you guys know this. Basically, next week, myself and Professor Savage Dad's show, which we usually do on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. PST, can't happen. Not because the show's over. Well, it's because he's going on vacation and he's not going to be back until literally the following week. So it feels like I haven't had a chance to kind of like have you to myself. You're like with everyone else except me now. You went and found your other sugar daddies. Damn it!
I've got shows going on. Actually, the other shows I have more time schedule changes probably coming in my life very soon, which
I
I'll
forgot
get
summer's
nailed
coming
down.
up too with the kids.
Summer's coming up, so I'm gonna have different time changes. Different show changes. God damn, this X-Men is pretty. Look at that shit. Mark Silvestri's
Looks good.
X-Men. Oh, brr.
So I'll ask you before you go on vacation, will you be buying me anything, and what will you be getting me when you return?
What would I buy you?
Basically
I'm
a
going to
dad.
the forest.
Going to the forest. All right. So
Yeah, I'm gonna be out in the mountains. Bring you home
you're
a
not gonna
flamethrower.
come back with Skittles and a gallon of milk.
Nope.
Dang it. Well,
I
how
need
was
a
your
new
week,
bag for
man?
that.
Because last week we
Uh,
were gonna have the show, but you were like work came up, and I was like, oh shit, that's
Oh,
gonna be
dude.
crazy.
Yeah, no.
Last week was ass. This week has become less ass, but still, just it is what it is lately. Oh, dude, remember how you always talk about this in Green Lantern, Blackest Night?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Loppy's the original prince, bro. First prince of all this
It's
shit.
crazy. If you had those all in omnibus, you wouldn't even have to go find them. It's crazy. They're
I don't have to
all
go find
collect.
them. They're in my collection, bro. I already
Get a
own it.
freaking collected edition. They're right there. Oh my god.
I already own all of these from when they were first printed. I was reading it. I read
Oh
it
my
live as
god.
this shit came
Do
out.
you read
in
Creepy
1080p.
Van Driver's only credit that anyone even remembers him
No, yeah,
for?
but you know what's funny though? Look who's actually drawing these. Doug Mankey. Who else is in here? Look at who's not on here a ton. Now, maybe this is his cover work, I think. Some of this might be his cover work. But he isn't even on the internals for a ton of this shit. And this is the mainline book. Let me see. I'm gonna open this up. Is he the one that did the covers? Because like I'm looking at this here. I'm looking at the actual Green Lantern Blackest Night issues. And I think he was just a cover bitch at this point. I don't even think he did internals. He was
the thing I wanted to ask you
late.
was that what's the next omnibus or collected edition that you're going to be getting? Because you know that Nightwing compendium you bought a while ago? They released volume 2 for it this week.
Believe me, I know. How much does Amazon have it for right now?
Those were going for like $45-$50 usually.
I'll wait until it goes down because I bought that one for like 32.
You could probably get a better deal for it on eBay too. Like eBay has the best deals for books like those, honestly.
Look at these internals on this.
That looks so damn good.
Dude, this is the guy who was actually drawing Blackest Night, apparently. EVS, I don't know what he did in Blackest Night, but not a ton of it. Maybe he was drawing the mini-series portion.
By that time, he would have already had been kicked off. He had to have been.
Yeah, he's gone. So he sits here and he rides the dick of Blackest Night, but Doug Mahnke is the best way I can pronounce it. Mahnke. Fantastic artwork in here, dude. I don't know what Van Sciver was doing in here, but Mahnke is on all of this. all of this stuff, dude. Like you got Billy Tan doing a cover
Yeah.
here for this. Like you've got all this great art, and I don't see Van Sciver in here. So maybe he did. I'm not saying that he had nothing to do with it, but I don't see him on here, man. I don't.
Good God. Oh, I
Return.
ended up getting the Superman Batman Omnibus by Ed McGuinness, actually. And I'm pretty
Oh,
sure Jeff
nice.
Loeb was the writer. So I ended up getting the first omnibus, and I ended up getting the Injustice omnibus, just the first volumes for both those runs. And I got like Chip
Yep.
Zdarsky, Spider-Man. I got the Nightwing Rebirth omnibus by Tim Seeley. So when I pay those off, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
basically like 3 or 4 more. I do have to get, because everyone's been asking us to do the review for the Green Lantern story that him and Jeff John has done. I will finally pull the trigger, guys, and get the Green Lantern omnibus, but not before I buy Court of Owls first.
Which Green Lantern
It's the
omnibus?
one where the Hal Jordan's doing this pose. We're on the omnibus volume 1.
Is it just a Green Lantern straight up and down omnibus?
Oh,
Not an Ethan
wait.
Van Sciver one?
And you don't have this one? Let me show you.
Which one? Bring it up, yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah. I hit the comic shop today. So today
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's Comic Book Shop Wednesday.
it is Comic
Crazy.
Wednesday. So Sonic the Hedgehog DC 3 dropped. I also picked up the Energon Universe 2005 special. So some interesting bits of stuff going on in there. Yeah, I got a bit of Green Lantern stuff here.
Oh, did you? What you should do if you like? Did you not ever pick up the first trade for Jeremy Adams Green Lantern run? Because they're in volume
No, I
3
do
right
not
now.
have that.
I definitely recommend Jeremy Adams Green Lantern run. Just get the first volume and read it. If you don't like
Yeah.
it, I will come to your house right now and aggressively jerk you off for free with my oily hands.
I mean, you would do that even if I did like it.
That's debatable because
Make it
I'm
play. Make it
insanely
play. What else
straight,
we got here?
honestly.
Yeah, dude, I'm not finding much as far as Ethan Van Sciver with his name on a
This
Blackest
one
Night
right
Green
here.
Lantern issue.
People asked us to review this. This is EVS's and freaking
Oh,
John's.
the Jeff
This one.
Johns omnibus.
Good lord. You want?
$85.
Oh no, that's
Carlos
not. That's
Pacquiao
on
is in
Thrift
there.
Books.
He was great.
Yeah,
He's
I'm gonna just pay it
great
off on
artist and
eBay.
shit.
So I'm gonna get the Batman Court of Owls omnibus first, and then I'm gonna get that one after I pay off
Yeah,
these other ones
I've
first.
got the
Because
Court of Owls somewhere, but I have the tiny book one.
Sparkles, how
Shit,
are
what
you
was it
today?
called?
Oh, what's up, Les? How you doing, man?
I don't have
Savage Dad,
that up
what's up,
yet.
my brother? What? What? Laps didn't say hi to me. What the fuck?
What's up, Lapsed? What's
He
up, bro?
hates. Laps hates me, guys. He didn't say hi
Bro,
to me.
Lapsed, look at all of this like Blackest Night, classic Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner shit I got. Look at this cover. This was when the corpse came back, when Kyle kind of managed to restore it, and somehow he was generating rings. Like this was a good one. Jade showed up, dude. I loved
Mhm.
Jade in there. I liked Jade and Kyle's relationship, and Jade was hot. It's like a She-Hulk without the overly manliness sometimes of her. Like, yeah, I dug Jade. Alan Scott's daughter, I think. But good stuff. That cover is great. I love that cover.
Okay, so I checked my PayPal paying for us. I have 5 going right now, so that's good enough. I'm already good on
You've
that.
got 5
So,
paying fours.
well, I paid them all off, and then I just started a new run, but I'm not going to go into the 12s. I had 12 highest going for. Definitely not doing that. Gonna wait till all of these are paid up, and then I'll just do my next round of omnibus that I'll buy.
Oh, wow.
Or like when they're close to getting done, then I'll just get the other ones.
See, look
Honestly,
at this. Even on issue 8 of John's Green, like how much did Van Sciver really draw in Green Lantern? Because here we are, issue 8. I'm not messing with anybody. Issue 8 of John's run. And I was reading it. I had it. I was picking it
yeah.
up. So let's see here. The artist on here listed is Pacquiao. So a great actual X-Men artist for quite a while, dude. His shit was always great. Like he was a post-Onslaught era X-Men artist. But let's see here. What do we got? Cool cover. So yeah, there's Pacquiao inside. You've got the corpses returned. Yep, Carlos Pacquiao, penciler in here in issue 8. So where was Van Sciver exactly on this? I mean, the guy sells himself, And the art in this is great. It's fantastic. I love Pacquiao as an artist, but this is not Van Sciver and not a damn thing to do with Van Sciver at all. Like,
I want to know, why won't you give Jeremy Adams a chance?
I'm just not interested in New 52, dude.
Jeremy Adams is from
Like, I
fucking
wouldn't
Dawn of
even know where it's
DC.
at. Huh?
Jeremy Adams came in on Dawn of DC when they relaunched Green Lantern.
I know. But like I said, I haven't, dude, I'm so out of the loop of what's going on with Green Lantern and
It won't
DC that
matter. Literally, if you buy the first trade, it literally won't matter. As someone who's not read much Green Lantern in my entire life, you are going to be completely fine.
I've read a
How
ton
about
of it,
this?
but
I'll buy it for you, and I'll just send it to you for free. How about that? Good
only if
lord.
you and James will let me send you that IKEA thing and build that live.
There's no
I gotta
point
see
in
that
that
shit.
one
Oh, there's so much content to be had there,
because
dude. That night
turning
with
on
you and James
this
putting the
this right
computer
here.
together,
So for
that
anyone
was
who doesn't
classic.
know, I finally did put in my brand new PC.
Still on his
And
TV though.
okay, so the TV, I want to have it on a TV stand, and I want to buy a TV stand, and then I'm just gonna open up the TV and then put it in. Now, Savage Ed was like, "Oh,
Should.
I'll just buy you a TV stand and I'll just send it to you." I'm like, "Why would you do that? You just go buy one pre-bought and put it in your house and set it up." And that kind of TV, I helped my ex-girlfriend
Oh,
set up that very same TV. It takes like less than 20 minutes to really set them up. There's no way it can't take that amount of time for a PC. It's way easier setting up that than a PC. It's not even close. And I already did it
what,
too,
the
so I already know
TV
the experience
stand?
of doing it. Yeah,
Oh, the TV stand will take you guys a little bit of time.
who said we're
Oh
setting
man,
that up? I'm going to Walmart and I'm buying a freaking stand.
look at that classic Adam Kubert, fucking X-Men Marvel Universe shit.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
so this is some Marvel peak here, dude. That late '90s Marvel. Oh my god, that
Oh
that second
god.
wave of the post-image artists that Marvel managed to bring in on like X-Men, like the post Jim Lee folks. Fuck, dude, they were good. They were so good. Oh look,
Van Sciver drew the first 6 issues of Rebirth for Johns. Yeah, I'm being honest here.
that's about it.
I heard when he was fired, but I don't know exactly when in the timeline of when of the
Yeah,
issues he dropped off. He seems to be the guy that'll take credit for like the entire run, but if he had his run
that's
cut
what it seems
short,
like he does, dude. That's why I'm saying I don't even fucking see him on here, but he constantly dick rides that series. Like he had so much to do with it, and it's like, dude, I don't see you here. Where are you at? Where are you at,
yeah,
Ethan?
because if you only
Ruckus
drew the first
Punisher.
6 issues, that means like he only drew like one of
He
the
didn't do
first
shit.
arcs of the
Yeah,
event.
that
It's
was
like,
it. Like he was barely there at all.
good lord. I mean, oh, did you see that tweet that I sent you on Twitter that he said where I think I sent it in the group chat where basically he said that a Marvel artist or writer sent him a picture of his open asshole, and I'm like, dude, you're not beating the gay allegations here. Like, what?
No, dude.
First,
Yeah, I appreciate him coming in to drive home. Uh, some of the things I've heard about him as well on the sly. Him being on the sly for the most
yeah.
part, but some of the
No,
shit that
guys,
he
I'm
does.
not kidding. Mr. Creepy Van Driver literally had a tweet of like it was something related to like Eric July because he's just mentally gone with Eric July existing at this point. He had a tweet where the caption basically was, "Yeah, I had a Marvel writer or artist send me a picture of their opened asshole," and it's like, did anyone have to know that? Did anyone ever have to
He
just
wanted the world to know that because that's
that's
how much it excited him.
That's yeah, because like back in the day when I used to watch his streams, he was like, because I was like EVS, because people say EVS, I was like, wait, that's the guy that is known for the Green Lantern run in the DC comic books, like with the Rebirth era. Then you look up how much issues he actually drew. It's only 6, as Lap said, but he takes credit as if like he was there the entire run. It's like, no, guys, that event lasted quite some time. There's a lot of issues in that run. Like, look, guys, it spans like 3 omnibuses. That's more than like 40 issues of an arc right there for Hal Jordan actually at that point. You know, like Jeff Johns actually wrote a story that was so good that everyone that wants a Green Lantern movie says, why don't they just do Blackest Night? Yeah, Blackest Night is pretty
They
damn
should have
good.
animated it. I don't actually. I don't want them to do
They
that.
said
I
to
don't
Hal
want them to.
Jordan, sorry, they said the Ryan Reynolds movie was supposed to eventually lead to that, but Well, we saw
Yeah.
the first movie in. Well,
I
fuck,
don't
you know.
want that. I would accept it as an animated film. You want to make, you know,
Yeah.
one of these DC animateds about it? Let's go. Let's do that all day long, guys. Let's
What
get a
was that
Blackest
one?
Night.
Never get any credit. That Batman TMNT one never gets any credit. It's so damn good.
Dude,
It's a
it's
great
so
movie.
fucking it's so good. I'm
Yeah.
actually offended that I haven't bought in the comic books. There's an omnibus of the 3
You can get
for
the
a reasonable
trades. I
price
have
on
the
hardcover.
trades. I'll probably just get
Yeah,
the
that's what I want to
omnibus
get.
for it, but
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
want all 3. Dude,
because I never got a
I
chance to
want
ask
to
you, how did you feel about Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern? I thought it was terrible. I turned it off
it,
in the
it,
first act. It
it
was
was meh.
awful.
I mean, I saw it in the theater
Do you consider it
and
like worst superhero movie ever kind of level?
no, I think he should it was he wasn't Hal Jordan. That's just what,
He goes
you
crazy.
know.
He looks like Hal Jordan. That's
But he
crazy.
doesn't have it wasn't he didn't have the mentality. It was at the time that he was supposed to be Deadpool, and it's kind of part of the reason that the shit with Deadpool went to shit is
Yeah.
because DC jumped in on his popularity and said, "Hey, we'll give you this one. Come do this. Here's all this money and shit." And
Yeah.
and he did, and I get it. I understand, but
It's
it
crazy
wasn't
how
really great.
he will always take time to shit on it, and people are like, "Why is he shitting on Green Lantern?" First of all, guys, all of us shit on it. It's not.
It was a
I'll be honest.
paycheck.
I never saw. I saw some of the first act of it because my brother bought it on DVD because he saw it in the theaters when I watched Dark of the Moon because they both came out the same year, which is crazy, honestly.
Mhm.
Actually, he bought it on DVD because he had a guilty pleasure of liking it. He thought it was actually not that bad as I did. He turned it on a Christmas Eve when we like got open presents or whatever. I watched it and I bored. I was like, this is awful. I passed out. I swear, I haven't seen anything past like the first like 5 minutes of it, and I saw like the end credit scene where
Yeah,
Sinestro became like the yellow. You got the yellow glowing suit or whatever. I was like, this is awful. Abort it. I bought First Class. First Class
yeah,
held up pretty well. First Class is a solid fucking movie. I like it a lot. You know. Um.
oh yeah. Some more
Do you know
classic Brubaker's Captain America run. That art with Steve McNiven in here. This is probably one of the best written and like all around Captain America comic books that I've seen in my lifetime. Greg Rucka, or no, sorry, not Rucka, Brubaker
Yeah.
came in writing this great story with it. You've got
Hey.
McNiven
Hey.
in here at the
He
peak
won't.
of his
I'm
art.
just saying. You
He
want to
does
call
need a
out?
bed, bro.
Do you want to
Bro,
call
he
out
don't have a
Laps right
bed.
now? What?
He
Whose side
don't
do you want?
have a
Fuck you.
TV.
All right.
That TV is 3 years old, lapsed. That TV is
I bought that
720p. I'm
last
telling
year.
you.
I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
Bro, you've had that back there for like 2 or 3 years now. Since I've known you, that TV has been in that corner.
I'll just say this right now. If we call out
Oh,
Laps to come on
God,
the
this is
show,
good.
if we call out Laps right now to come on the show, he won't do it. He's scared of us.
He's
He
probably got
runs from me.
dad shit to do.
Yeah, he has one kid at this point now that lives with him. He's like 7.
Yeah,
The
well,
kid's
maybe
probably
he's
on
trying to make a
what?
second one.
No,
I mean,
you
it
know what he
takes
told me
effort.
his kid does after his kid comes home from school? Literally, his kid just plays Fortnite and just or read like Sonic comics.
How old is his kid?
No, he's 50.
Kid sounds like my
No,
kid.
he has like 4 kids.
15?
He's 50.
Yeah, he's got 4
Laps
kids.
is yeah. So the youngest one he has right now that's still living with him is 7.
Oh, okay. You got kids that
He's
moved out already, bro? Good for you.
yeah. This guy's a full on dilf.
Yeah,
I
he
was
out there
I was like, how
working
old
it.
are you? He was like, I'm 50. I'm like, well, he's been through the block a few times. That's just how that works,
He don't look
honestly.
50. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
Oh
I
man,
straight up thought that dude was like
Captain
40 years
Bucky.
old.
Yeah, dude. Brubaker's run. It's just such a fucking classic, dude. His time on Captain America. No, like it had been decades before, and it's been over a decade since this. Nobody's been able to recapture the magic. He got Captain America in a way that no other writer that I've run into has. Like it was so good, and it's oh man,
Were those
it's
comic
sad.
books
It
that you
really
just
is
dug
sad.
up, or did you just buy some back issues from one of your stores?
No, this is my collection, dude. This is shit
Oh,
I need
okay.
to bag and board. I need to tape some shit up, and I've got
What?
2 long
Every kid
boxes
plays
here,
Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite because that's for losers, but not
and I've
me.
got 2 of my kids play Minecraft. They don't play Fortnite really.
Did you take your kids to go see the Minecraft movie?
Yeah,
They liked it.
they were
Oh,
into
okay.
it, but it's
Okay.
it's a little kid movie thing. Like it is a very
It must
much
have
a
been
Gen Alpha
fucking
movie.
terrible. The trailers
Dude,
looked
only Gen Alpha
so
will get this
bad.
movie.
The
Like
shit looked
seriously.
terrible. I don't know
Oh
how
yeah, it
kids
was
are
not
into it.
good.
I don't know. I thought it was gonna bomb because the trailers looked absolutely abysmal.
They
But
didn't
then
look
again,
good, but
it was
a
my
Gen
fault.
Z movie, or not a Gen Z and Gen Alpha movie. It is for that generation of kids. It isn't something we're gonna really get.
Yeah. For me,
Yeah.
I neglected the fact that not Fortnite, Minecraft had a huge fan base. If I had realized in my head how big of a fan base it actually had, then I would have probably said this will probably make a lot of money in spite of it probably not gonna be a good movie. You know.
Oh yeah, well
But
it was all.
wait, did you take your kids to go see the Super Mario Brothers movie that came out back in
Oh yeah,
2023? Did they actually like that one?
oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I still watch that every now and
You know what's
again.
crazy, dude? They've announced like no new updates for a sequel to that. All they've said was that the sequel is going to be called Super Mario World. That's it.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is, Nintendo, and
I don't
like
know.
seriously,
Yeah.
they should have struck while the iron is hot. I mean, it'll do well when they do it for sure, but this
Come
kind of
face
wait is
come
unnecessary.
face me like a man. We're gonna duke it out. Have a nerd war. This is not true though. It's not true. Gunner, what's up, man? How are you and the wife and the kids? Gunner had a new little girl a
Oh
while
hell
ago.
yeah, dude!
So congrats,
Congratulations,
Gunner.
man.
Yeah, you also live in New
Fuck
York,
yeah.
so fuck you because the Knicks are in the finals because we don't like New York around here because I'm from California. What? The Knicks haven't been relevant ever. I want you guys to give some stats on the Knicks.
To be
The
fair,
last
the
time
Lakers haven't been relevant since LeBron was there either. So
I just
you got the
wait a
Golden
minute.
State
Wait a
Warriors.
minute. You're a Suns fan. When was the last time you guys been
I'm
to a
not a
finals?
Suns fan. I
You live
haven't
in
been a Suns
Arizona.
fan since Barkley was here, dude. No. Let me explain to you Arizona sports leagues. I'll tell you why I'm not an Arizona sports fan. This is what they do in Arizona. And the Suns just proved this shit just a couple years ago. What we do in Arizona is our teams, like look at the Coyotes. They left and they left because even a whole fucking city told them to get the fuck out because they wouldn't pay their bills because the Coyotes organization was run like dog shit. It was a complete and utter disaster. They didn't pay their people either. Like I would imagine their payers got played because of the union agreements and shit like that, but they made people like their cheerleaders didn't get paid, their concession people didn't get paid. So many people got fucked over by that place, and even the city that built them a fucking stadium got fucked over by them, so much so that they kicked them the fuck out. Said nope, you're literally not paying us for the fucking stadium we built to have you play in. So they got kicked out. So they were run like shit. The
This,
Arizona Cardinals
yeah,
have had one relevant season in the
hasn't been for a
entire
long
history of
time.
them being here in
Yeah,
Arizona
it
with
was
Kurt
when they were in the
Warner.
finals against Pittsburgh a long
They
time
made it to
ago.
the Super Bowl one
I
time
remember
against
that.
Pittsburgh
I remember
because
that.
Kurt
Yeah.
Warner,
Mhm.
and magic happened for them then, and everything
Well, so you're a
since has
Cardinals
been
fan,
dog
right?
shit. Nope, they're run like a disaster.
Yeah.
Every time they have the opportunity to get a leg up, they fuck it over. They get players near retirement like fucking Emmett Smith. Like bro,
Mhm.
he retired from Dallas Cowboys and came to Arizona to buy cheap property and retire.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he came here. And the same shit gets done by the Suns. They
Mhm.
brought Shaquille O'Neal here. Why? So he could fucking retire. That was it.
Same thing with
He
Kevin
came out
Durant this
here, he hung
season.
out with Sheriff Joe,
Kevin
and he
Durant just
retired.
came to the Suns and he's not gonna do anything there. Didn't even make
Well, no,
playoffs.
he's not, because Kevin Durant was way past his prime. He should have just fucking retired. Kevin Durant was already baked
I don't
out.
know about
He was
that.
done.
He just wants to just go
No,
where,
he's
he was
done.
an off in the back. You think so? You think he's generally gonna retire? Oh, you're crazy. That's
No,
insane.
I don't know if he's going to retire. This is the thing. I'm not saying that like even Emmett Smith was going to retire.
Yeah.
I'm saying they were so far past their prime, they should have retired. Shaquille O'Neal, he should have retired. He kept playing. Emmett Smith should have retired. He kept playing. Kevin Durant should have retired. He came here and kept playing. He's past his prime.
He must
And
have
this
just
is the
got the
thing.
bag. He had to have been because like why else would
It's always
Kevin
about the
Durant come
bag.
here?
It's that
Yeah.
it's that I'm going to go here and make millions, barely show up because I can't, because I'm already cooked. I've
Yeah.
already cooked. I'm done. I'm done cooking.
Mhm.
And I'm going to go to Phoenix, Arizona, wherever, some stupid ass poorly run fucking team there. And I'm sorry, but the people who owned the Suns and ran it, Sarver and the rest of them, complete fucking retards. The only guy who ran that team worth a shit was Jerry Colangelo because he
Mhm.
was a fucking mob boss and he knew how and where to spend money. He brought Barkley here. He built the last. I mean, was he in charge still when Steve Nash was here? Nash and Hardaway and a few guys were the
I think
last.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, Colangelo still owned the team then. And that was the last time that we had a worthwhile, respectable Suns team. And what did they do? They traded fucking their best players away for no reason, as opposed to putting people around them. They brought Shaq in and they let Nash leave. Like
Oh, you're
they
right.
were unfucking
Mhm.
stoppable,
Remember that?
dude. I
Yeah.
mean, other than the fucking San Antonio
Well,
Spurs.
well, you look at the history on the Lakers and stuff.
One of them is very juicy and deals with his wife.
Oh yeah, the shit with his wife, yeah.
The wife basically having a black baby.
Oh yeah, Steve Nash's wife had a black baby. That was right. I
That's
remember
not
that
good.
shit was fucked up.
That's not good. That's already automatically bad.
Yeah,
Having a
like
black baby,
some
that's how
shit.
you
So
go
shit
to
went
hell.
wrong for Steve Nash, because his wife was a hoe, and he got the fuck out of Phoenix on it, and that's unfortunate. He was great. I mean, I put like not the same kind of player, but I put Nash there with like Barkley, like Nash.
Yeah.
And KJ, we had Dan Marley, we had Tom Chambers. We had such a great team in the 90s. Nash is the last great team player to exist in the NBA. Change my mind, people out there. Steve Nash is the last person that understands and understood what it meant to that basketball was a team sport, and Nash is the last great person who understood that in the NBA. Everybody now is this self-absorbed narcissist that doesn't fucking give a shit about the fundamentals of the game at all. It's about me. Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball,
Did
give me
you
the ball.
see the recent
off.
clips of Shy, one of the best players on OKC, foul baiting when he's not even getting touched and he just gets free throws?
That's the
That's
whole
why no one
league
watches
now,
the
dude.
NBA as much because
No,
everyone just foul baits.
it's
It's
soft. It's
disgusting.
foul bait. It's all soccer now. It's all this. It's all foul bait. It's all this soft bitch made fucking. It's shit, dude. Like if you could travel back in time and have the Knicks of right now, I don't know, fucking play the fucking Clippers.
Lap
Or the
says they
fucking
went to the
or
finals with Chris Paul. I remember, yeah, they did have
Devin
Chris
Book.
Paul
Yeah.
and Devin
And
Booker.
what did they
Yeah.
do? They traded it all exactly. They traded it all away for Kevin Durant, which was stupid.
Well, they thought that Kevin
was their
Durant would be like
future.
their next star player for the future.
But he
He's
wasn't,
never
dude.
been like
Kevin
that.
Durant was done. Kevin Durant was cooked before he left, and people knew it. And he just and they traded away young players who were the future of their team for a big name that they thought would put butts in seats. And it's not that every team in Arizona does this shit. The only legitimate team still in Arizona, to some extent or another, and they work through the struggles, is the Diamondbacks. They don't really do this shit so much. Now, they're not great. They've got a huge World Series that Jerry Colangelo abso-fucking-lutely bought. He bought and paid for that. Yankees fans, I'm giving you a piece there, but I don't fucking care, dude. We won that shit. Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling showed the fuck up, and we won that World Series. But that is the greatest moment in Arizona sports history that will likely ever exist, at least in my lifetime. Because the sports teams here are about trying to put butts in seats, and that's it. And they look for names to put butts in seats. They don't worry about the fundamentals of the team or building a team. It's why I don't give two wet shits about Arizona sports. So no, I'm not a Suns fan.
Allegedly. They thought they could win now with Durant, but traded their whole bench that made up the heart of the team. Yeah. Goodness
Hot
gracious.
trash, bro.
Yeah.
The Suns are
That's the same way that I feel about the Lakers.
Doesn't understand how to build a
when
team.
you talked about the Lakers, was the fact that the Lakers are obviously known for greatness, winning trophies and all that stuff, right?
Once upon a time.
But the problem here is that, like, you're not going to try to tell me that we're going to win a trophy when you sign LeBron James' son, who is not good. You know what I mean? Like,
well, not only see, this is the thing that I find interesting about them picking up Bronny, simply because that's what LeBron wants to do.
Yeah.
And they think that's also going to, again, dude, it's all to sell tickets. They don't give a shit about winning.
Yeah.
They want to sell tickets.
That's the same thing
and dude,
I say.
Bronny,
you know what's crazy? Bronny only played like 4 games. He only played like
because he had a heart attack.
Well, and he only played one full one. He played a full game at the end of the season against the Portland Trailblazers. So the coach, JJ Redick, gave him a chance. Hey, I'll give you a chance to prove yourself. I'll give you a full game this match doesn't matter because we're already gonna lock third seed. He looked absolutely abysmal. He looked like he was completely running it down.
Well, dude, he had a heart attack before he ever even got to
I remember
join the
that.
NBA.
Yeah.
Like, I'm amazed myself that LeBron or the doctors or that the NBA themselves would let the kid play. Usually, if you've had a coronary problem like that, that's the end of a career in a game that's cardio heavy like this, man. I don't know how he continues to play. I get that he was young when he had it.
Yeah. Well, Lap says, well, how the Lakers get Luka for nothing, and then the Mavs win the lottery with the least odds to win. Something's funky. Yeah, and then this is what I said about the trade. It was the fact that, yes, the trade is not good for the Mavs. It is not. But the Lakers losing Anthony Davis, a big man that can play offense and defense and completely just help the team in other areas, and getting him for a generational great shooter that can be the future of your team. It's like, but that's a net negative. That's a double-edged sword, though. Like, yeah, you get another great shooter for your team, but Luka doesn't play defense at all. Have you actually seen Luka play defense? It is abysmally bad. He doesn't even try it.
Yeah.
So the Lakers throw away Anthony Davis, a person who played offense and defense and was a big man. And not only was he a good big man, he also made his shots consistently. Was a good shooter overall. It's like, it's hard to say if that was really a good trade on either end, because the Mavs tanked their season after they lost Luka, and the Lakers basically sold out Anthony Davis so that they could get third seed but get knocked out the first round of the playoffs by the Minnesota Timberwolves. But to be fair, they have Julius and Anthony Edwards right now, so their team is fine. But it's like, is that what you want every year? Getting like a high seed in the regular season, and you just go out the first round of the playoffs? Like, LeBron's last 3 years in the Lakers have been the last 3 years for the Lakers have been basically early playoff exit. And it's like,
Yeah.
the Lakers are known for winning and doing great and all that shit. Maybe not in the last decade, but how are you going to basically kind of
Not since
tell
Kobe.
longtime fans that we have the initiative that we want to win trophies again consecutively, because they used to win trophies consecutively back to back? How are you going to convince people of that by signing Bronny James? And keep in mind, the reason why it's a waste to sign him is because they know they're not going to play him. I know they're not going to play him much. I mean, we're not, like, they legitimately think people are stupid. I'm sorry. Like,
They're doing
it's
it
a
for
wasted
LeBron.
signing.
And it's sad because it isn't even for the benefit of LeBron's actual son. The benefit of LeBron's actual son would probably be to be like, find something else to do with his life. Like, he's not going to be great. And given his medical condition that he's already had to deal with, like, I would say you're better off, like, in all honesty, his son's probably better off trying to be a coach or something.
Yeah.
Learn the game fundamentally, come back and show, people what you can do with that. Because, yeah, dude, I think in all honesty, I think he just physically probably won't be able to keep up. Like, and all the questions around why he had a heart attack at such a young age, you could sit there and argue it. You could say certain things were the reason or not, but either way, he had it. And like, once you have one of those, like, your heart isn't the same, dude. It just isn't. So it's damaged. That's what happens. You have heart attacks. Your actual muscle there is damaged.
But what's crazy when you brought up Steve Nash? If people just don't know the Lakers history, which is a basic of the history, is like a lot of the great players that they've won with came from other orgs that either just couldn't deal with that said player, or they just traded them for whatever reason that they thought was good at that moment in time. Like the famous one is like obviously Pau Gasol. It's like, holy fuck. Like, a lot of the best players that the Lakers have ever gotten have came from other people. Not saying that that's a bad thing, because but I guess.
What it is that they don't know how to fundamentally.
They got Steve Nash from you guys.
Don't know how to build.
That's crazy. That's actually insane.
They got Steve Nash from us because his wife had a baby with somebody else on the Suns. I don't know if they ever figured that one out. But
MSK, there's only 3 rounds in the NBA draft, that I do know. third rounder barely played. They did it for publicity and LeBron. No, I'm not disagreeing with that. I know that. It's just it's a waste. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a waste to pick him up. They're not going to play him.
Yeah.
They did it to sell tickets. I know that, but it's a waste of money. It's a waste of time, and it's a waste of resources to get a player that you know you're never going to play beside like maybe 4 games a season. They didn't pick him with any thought of him contribute. Yeah, and I think that's bad. It's horrible. It's actually just a waste of money.
It's the same thing that the Suns do, man. They focused in on putting butts in seats and not on the fundamentals of the game, not building a team, not putting together the fundamental building blocks of a good team. They said, "Ooh, this will sell tickets." I mean, let's be fair. The NBA right now is simply just a musical performance. It's performative sport. That's how it's being treated by them.
Yeah.
It's not being treated like a combat sport or a competitive sport. It's being treated like a performance. That's all it is. So, yeah, I have no interest in it. In all honesty, most major league sports I don't even watch anymore.
Stat
Like
came out
NASCAR
today.
is more interesting than that shit.
The I think the numbers potentially may have came out today when I was reading on Twitter was that the Western Conference Final right now is Minnesota versus OKC. They said that is the lowest rated Western Conference Final game 1 in a very long time, basically since like 2011, 2013. Like that's
all the big
crazy.
markets are struggling to put people in seats, so they've spent their entire time, their entire salary caps, looking for ways to get people to come sit in the stadiums and pay the high prices for that shit. But nobody
you have
will.
to consider the fact that Stephen Curry and LeBron James are out, and they do have a big majority of the fan base there. So when they're
also
not there,
old.
Stephen Curry's only like 33. He's 35. I think he's 35. Or he's 30. He's in his 30s at some point. LeBron is
NBA,
40.
That's old.
Good Lord. Do you think LeBron just goes back to Cleveland? I think he just goes back to Cleveland to finish his career. It would only just seem fitting at that point. Go back to Cleveland.
In all honesty, I don't really care at this point what LeBron does.
Besides being black?
All he does is chase after the fucking shadow of Michael Jordan, and he'll never catch it. He'll never be him. He'll never be the greatest. He'll never shake being really good in the softest era of the NBA ever, in the era that fans had the most apathy towards. Nobody's going to remember this in any of this shit going on in any of these. Like this shit won't even play on ESPN2, dude.
Nope, they're too busy arguing over the WNBA Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark bullshit.
I'd rather watch Caitlin Clark.
You're lying. This man's lying to me right now,
dude. I think just because I think she's cute looking, like she's
like a 5 out of 10 though. She's not. She's okay looking.
She's cute. Cute is a 5 out of 10. I didn't say hot. I said cute.
No, I would say she's basic looking. Like cute is like me.
Bro, have you seen the rest of the WNBA? As far as the WNBA is concerned, she's a 10.
Okay, there was one white girl on her team that looked pretty good. I was damn, I looked fucking great. But all the girls are just ugh. Like Angel Reese is just a disgusting animal, honestly.
Jean Grey is a 10.
Damn straight.
Yeah, of course she is.
Good Lord.
That's not even basketball. That's a superhero chick.
I thought your wife was gonna make me cookies. You said your wife was gonna make us cookies and you bring them out to Vegas when we were at the meetup.
I did bring cookies.
You didn't bother sharing them?
They were at my hotel. That's what you get by going to the wrong place.
Oh my God! So it's my fault. I'm not doing this. This is gaslighting. I am not a certain person.
At least it's not asslighting.
Oh God. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy watching the NBA. I came back to watching it this year after I saw the finals last year. I took a break from it after 2020. I was just like, man, just too much. Because I've watched it for a very, very long time. It's like, every year you watch, you just get kind of tired of it at a certain point. I don't mind what I saw this year, but it's like, if anyone thinks the Lakers have a future right now, it's just not happening.
Oh no, dude.
Maybe when I have like 5 kids and I have a hot wife and
let me show you what EVS is losing his shit over with Zaylin, but Eric July already addressed it before he could be a bitch out of it. So check this out.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at the art in this, dude. The art in this is so, dude. I haven't read it yet. I've heard people like it. It's really good, supposedly, but I haven't read it. I'm waiting. A lot of people are saying it's really good, but the art, This is better than Alpha Core. Like this pops so much, but this is it. Let me show you. So check it out. Let's get down in on this. So you see this here on the page where this kind of is out of alignment with this cape here. Do you see that?
Mhm.
Like the cape is kind of flowing here, or like here. Let me bring this down here. Come here. You see, like here on the page where the cape is there, but it continues and it's kind of up. You
Yeah, I
see
see it.
that?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's it. Like it doesn't interrupt the story. In all honesty, if you flip through and look at the art, for the most part, and some of it's actually like here, these pages are still lined up fine. It's only a couple of pages that it got it, so it's like one, like it's funny. Eric July posted that ADW is reaching out to get people to destroy misprinted copies of a recent comic, and he's just like, I already sent this to people. Here's 60% off. So I bought Ripazine 3, Yaira 3, The Horseman #1, and Saints and Sinners. It's like, I'm gonna get caught up. Fuck it. Like at 60% off. I respect the hell out of what Eric did with that. That's a lot of respect because the art should be is really good. The alignments are not like you just don't see it. If you're reading the book too, I don't catch it as much, but I appreciate that he did. And he came out and he said, I'm going to make this right with everybody who bought this. Boom, here you go. That's doing business. Like that is a good way to do business. That is a good way to keep your fans there.
Oh, he's showing
happy.
off Zaylen.
And it's rough too
#1.
because I mean, that's going to cut into the Saints and Sinners book a little bit, but I'm hoping it causes them to sell more of them.
Real nerdy.
I'm hoping
What's up,
more
man?
people spend that 60 to get that. Yeah, here, let me bring it back out so I can show you guys what comic it was. So, this is the Zaylen, What Kills Must Die. This is the Chuck Dixon, Joe Bennett, outer space adventure thing. It's the Rippaverse in outer space. I scroll through it. There is no like tie back to anything else in the Rippaverse. So this stands alone. I mean, maybe at some point it ties in, but right now, it's its own thing, out on its own. So, looking forward to reading that. I also got this week our friend Vaughn Coleman's second issue. He's managed to put out 2 issues of a pretty quality book in the same year. And he's an indie creator doing this all himself. Wow. Pretty impressive, I gotta say.
Oh, sorry.
Didn't take 5 years or anything.
Fire truck was passing through because a black person was doing some crime. It's just always what they do in this town. City. I live in a city. So, yeah, we're gonna get into our only topic for tonight here in just a moment. And then after that, well, you have to go deal with your wife and kids. Why do you have to have wife and kids? Why can't you just be a single, hot, rich, good-looking guy like me?
Because I'm not hot or rich.
If you were on, goodness gracious. Oh, but so the only books you bought this week was the DC Sonic Hedgehog crossover. That was it.
And the inner. Where did this week's stuff go? I probably lost it. Again.
Did you get fucking hell? Did you get the Energon special? There was this image book that came out that I think you might be interested in.
Vatican City?
No, I tried to go buy. I tried to get issue 2 of that, but my comic shop had.
Is it out?
It released today, but I didn't.
I didn't have it at my shop, man. I
didn't.
was hoping I could pick it up. So.
It might be on eBay because some of the books that don't appear on my comic shop, I'll go on eBay to look for them, or like Amazon will have them too. But oh goodness, when I looked at it today, I didn't see it there. Honestly, I'm going to my orders right now because it was a book that I think I put in for the order recently, and it was not. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, it's no word. Never mind. I'm gonna have to dig them out of.
Oh, are you gonna buy this? This is from Image that's dropping. Those dropped last week, so you would have it already.
What
hopefully, maybe. It's this one. Exquisite Corpses.
Exquisite Corpses. I hadn't heard of it. What's it
about?
#1. Who's it by?
I'll have to hold on. Let me make it bigger, like my wife likes it, usually speaking. So it's $7, 64 pages. For an issue 1, it's
Okay.
crazy, right? So,
Big issue
uh,
1.
it's gonna be 13 issues. That's it. So it says, let's see, every 5 years on Halloween, the wealthiest families in America play a game. 12 of the deadliest people in the world are dropped into a small town with just one goal. The last killer standing wins for the citizens of Oak Valley, Maine. Who the fuck lives in Maine? That fucking god forbidden state.
So that's like so that's basically the Purge.
Isn't this like Purge, world's deadliest game, something like that, right?
Yeah, it's like the
This
Purge is what
year's
it sounds like. Yeah.
Unlucky Arena, the goal is much simpler. They must survive the night, experience a comics event like no other, from the minds of James Tynion IV and Michael Walsh, as they lead a group of the most exciting voices in the industry. Well, that's not true. That's just gay stuff. Over
I still
13
have yet to hear
blood-soaked
either
chapters.
anybody I know.
So I'm gonna buy this when I get paid next week on my pull list. As you guys can see, I have my pull list for next week to be bought, as you guys seen. But this week had quite a bit of book, honestly. You know, you
Yeah.
priced my comic room needs to be evaluated. I need to get a new shelf. I have to get a new shelf. Oh my god.
He
And I have
keeps
to get a
talking
TV
about
stand.
shelves and explaining that's why his TV
What
hasn't been plugged in 3 years.
the Magic MSK pull list? What are you talking about? Oh
I
my
know, right?
god.
That's
Literally,
also what he calls his porn folder on his computer, though. So
I literally do not watch porn. I go to church. Okay.
literally.
Second of all, I do buy comic books and I definitely don't read them because reading comic books and sports is for losers and nerds, honestly.
Yes, apparently. That's why you're always losing your books that you're buying. What did I do with this week's comics? Now I'm like bugging
You
here. Like
put them at the very first part of your stack. They're on the very,
over
very
here,
bottom. I remember. What it was a stack at the very, very bottom of one of them you have. Because you laid them
here,
out like
or
instantly.
here. Yeah, I
Probably
did.
the other one. Yeah. Because
Probably
the
over
new
here.
comic books were the first ones you laid out before you brought up the Green Lantern ones, remember?
Oh yeah. I get it. Yep, you're right. You're right. There you go. I
Dude,
got to put this guy away here
the
because
the
this Mark Silvestri
the
X-Men is probably
the
worth something.
DC Sonic
Maybe
the Hedgehog book that came out this week had a variant cover for a homage to Sonic Adventure 2.
it did. I got that one.
That one I bought. That looked very good. It looked awesome.
Yeah, I got that one for my youngest, but he wasn't as interested in reading it right now because he's watching something or other.
That's very homosexual. Despite the popular theory out there that me and Games are secretly a gay couple, we are not. I am very straight and I like having sex with women, guys. I like eating out vaginas, okay?
But by saying it this way, he's trying to indict James as being gay, though.
What the heck? All right, you're doing that thing where that person does it on Twitter. Hey, I like waffles. What must mean you fucking don't like pancakes, you fucking pancake racist. What pancake lives matter, apparently. It's like, no, it's not what I was implying at all. I just like waffles with
Why you got to
syrup.
talk about Asians that way?
Oh my god.
It's not
Oh my
unnecessary.
god. But hey man, did you know that when girls have their periods, other girls have them worse? It's fucking insane, right?
Bro,
So that
guy
must
over
be
here trying to digging up bones.
hey, I'm the king of trash talk for a reason, honestly. You know?
Yeah.
Ugh, God. MSK sounds pretty insecure about it. That's not true. I've literally, I had a stripper on my crotch not too long
What's up,
ago.
Miss Sparkles? How you doing?
Man, she was very, very good at stuff. I'm just saying, dude, her ass was moving in some
MSK's
places.
first time.
She was great, man. I loved. She told me to touch her. I was molested by a stripper.
The name of your first rap album, right? Dropping
Oh,
soon, people. Be ready.
oh God,
MSK's
man. I
next
hate it.
W's video is going to be called "I Was Molested by a Stripper." WZ. That's from me. I only need a small credit in the credits at the end of that video when you make it.
All right, before
I'm
we
down.
go to the video, and then we'll head out of the show in a little bit. When is the next episode of Long Boxing, episode 1000? Since you're gonna jump between the thousands.
It depends. I was fucking around. I was thinking about doing a 1/2 episode yesterday just to mess with you, but I was tired. Long Boxing will return when I return from the Great White North in June. So
Mhm.
first week of June, Thursday afternoon at about 5:30. I should be good to go with that. 9 volt. That's a wild one.
Lab says he
Sun and
goes to
Chun.
the island of Misfit Boys. Isn't that Thailand? Hey, I'm not like Mark Wade. Allegedly, Mark Wade likes to visit Thailand.
That wouldn't surprise me. It seems like exactly his kind of place.
You know,
He
he
gets a lot
loves
of
visiting
inspiration from
Thailand
there.
for the ladies. Heh.
All right, yeah, no, I don't know what I did with this week's comics because they're not here either. I'm gonna have to dig through here a little bit and figure out where the fuck I put everything.
Emily said my birthday is at the end of June. That's awesome. You're gonna be what, 26? That's
Happy
awesome.
birthday, Emily.
Yeah,
That is
my
awesome.
birthday's at the end of the year. What are you guys gonna get me for my birthday this year? You guys gonna get me money and a TV stand or new speakers for my computer?
I get you a TV stand if you and James would build it live.
I'm just saying I need
just
more
wanna watch.
omnibuses. So if anyone's gonna give me anything, I need more
MSK over here
collector's
begging for that
edition.
omnibussy.
What do you mean? I would never
Funny.
black people begging for white people to give them stuff? Come on. Is that not ironies of irony, you know?
I've seen that porn.
If any of you buy me that Night Terrorist omnibus, I will immediately give it to Labs Comic Fan. Apparently, he's the biggest Night Terrors DC Comics event fan.
Night Terrors.
I
I
will
don't
find
even
your
begin to
dad for your
understand what that
birthday.
might be.
Okay, so because I know you guys know that Joe Biden got diagnosed with like ass cancer. I thought that's what his presidency was. So when he got diagnosed with ass cancer, I straight up thought that's
You
what
thought
we
he
were
got
going through.
reelected? Oh, here we go. There's one for you, MSK. Remember that shit? The truth about Captain America.
Oh my gosh, America.
Got the first issue of that. I don't even remember how.
We
Oh, here
have
you
to
go.
get the Night Terrorist omnibus so Last Comic Fan reviews it. 1,500 pages worth of content. That's they
Oh,
just
yeah.
released that. They released the Ultimates Epic Collection today. So if you want to get the Epic Collection for the Ultimates Volume 1, anyone that's out there that wants it, it came out today. You can get Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men, and the Ultimates. I mean, if they're gonna put them out in Epic Collection format, I'd rather have it. Some series I don't want omnibus because I don't know if I'm that interested in having them in a hardcover like that. But some series like that, I'll just have it in an Epic Collection format.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right,
Dude,
you ready
I'm
for some
interested in that
Transformers
too.
conversation about good old Mr. Michael Bay, sir?
Yes.
You
Bring
ready
me back
to?
Michael Bay. This is an
All
interesting
right,
concept.
so
I don't know.
let's go over this because we're gonna have some fun. All right, should I just basically blow a girl's back out, or should I just have sex with a
Start
girl?
the.
Oh, forgot. Wait a minute.
You
I
should.
need to
You're
entertain the
doing a video,
chat for
remember?
1 second. I need to go to the
Entertain the
bathroom.
chat for 1 second.
Just talk to them.
He's pooping, everyone, just so you know. That's where he's going right now. She's going through that. That's his bathroom, actually. He's got this loft here. No bed. He sleeps in the chair. We've all seen the WZ videos, so we know that he sleeps in the chair. The bed is behind the tall shelf, and it's not actually a bed. It's a cardboard box that's behind the shelf. He actually pulls the shelf down and sleeps on it. All of that stuff is glued down. Like, none of that shit moves. Like, he over here trying to convince us that there's something going on with that shelf more than it is. Like, no, it's just a shelf that folds down to a bed. It isn't a bed. It's just a box. But yeah, all the comics and stuff are glued to it, and he sleeps on that. And he doesn't actually watch
What is
TV at
this
all
fan
unless it's on his
fiction
computer.
Tumblr theory that you're just spouting out as a
What?
conspiracy theory right now?
No, I was explaining to them the layout of your loft there, bro.
Oh God! So don't
You
believe
wanted
any
to
of
know.
those alt-right conspiracy theories from this man. He voted for Barack Obama back in 2008, so that automatically must mean that he's spouting nonsense against your king right here. God, the fact that we all voted for Obama, Jesus Christ, how lost were we back then? We're just insane.
You voted for Obama. That was in my era of not voting at all because I believe that if people actually stopped voting, shit would change. Like if the percentage of the populace that voted decreased significantly, the legitimacy of our electoral system would be called into question by the world, and justifiably so, as it should be. But that's if we just stopped showing up to vote. And then shit got weird.
All right, let's have some fun here. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Michael Bay's return could be the only way to save Transformers. So, for those of you
That's wild,
guys
Doc.
who don't know this about me, the first ever anything I watched from Transformers was Transformers Armada, was this animated series for Transformers, and I
Mhm.
absolutely loved it. Man, I would come home after a long day
Energon.
at school, and man, when Jetfire and
Yeah.
Optimus Prime like would power link with each other and they would fight Megatron, they like Hotshot had the Star Blaster and he sliced up Megatron and he made him go insane.
Armada
You know the episode
and then
after that
Energon.
he got where Hotshot got the butthole. Wait, whoa, hold on.
They're doing
But I-
great!
Watched.
Hey, look at that! Look at that! No shit!
Hold
So
on,
my
hold on,
oldest for
hold on.
Christmas. What?
Hold on. There's a black guy outside.
Do you know him?
Do you hear that? The fuck was
No.
that? Heard someone's asshole ringing. It must have been mine from the Diddy party. Wow. Cinema. That
That wasn't cinema.
Mic
You
drop.
and
All right.
James putting together office furniture is cinema.
All
I
right,
would
so
super chat the shit out of that.
let's go over. Okay, so I'll be honest with you guys, because that was really loud outside. Someone's car alarm was going off, and I did not want that in the video. So that is something I did not want there. So, all right, let's go. One shot, one opportunity. Do not miss your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Right?
Yo.
Damn. Bars. Oh, God. All right. All right, let's have some fun. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Michael Bay's return could be the only way to save Transformers. So, for those of you guys who don't know this about me, I was first exposed to the Transformers franchise, as you probably call it, through Transformers Armada, that animated series of Transformers. I absolutely enjoyed it. You know, I thought it was really, really good. Now, guaranteed, I watched that back when I was like in 5th, 6th grade, so I probably went back and rewatched it. It might not hold up as well, but I did overall really, really enjoy it. I did watch a little bit of the sequel series, Transformers Energon. I didn't like it as much because I thought the animation of that was just disgustingly ugly. But Transformers Armada, like they had the little
And then
mini
there was
climb.
Cybertron after that, don't forget.
There was? Oh, I just didn't like Energon all that much. I thought it was just not as good because that human character they had in Energon was just annoying as
It's a
fuck.
3-series arc actually too. Like they all kind of build off each other.
Huh.
I
did not know
have
that.
all 3 of them. My oldest wanted to watch Armada, so I just got the DVD collections of all 3 on Amazon. You could get all of that on DVD for like 20-something bucks, dude. Armada, if that
I
was your
heard they
jam.
had
look it
comic
up.
books too. I heard they had like
They did.
they did?
Bro, I
Okay.
can show you. Hold up. Keep
And
talking.
as-
I'll find it.
Oh, and as you're doing that, so man, I would remember like episodes where you literally had like Hotshot. He got like the Star Saber, and he beat up and he sliced up Megatron. Then the episode after that, Starscream wanted to challenge Hotshot and thought he could duel him better. God, so many great episodes like when Jetfire first appears, and then when Jetfire and Optimus Prime Power Link, the episode with Wheeljack. Everyone knows about the episode about Wheeljack where they were like almost about to die, and then Hotshot says like, "Okay, I'm gonna go find his help," and then Wheeljack is like, "Damn, you didn't come back for me. Megatron came and saved me. I thought you were coming back." Oh my god, so much good stuff in that fucking show. So then
Dude, right there.
after
There it is.
so then like
I have
after
the first issue
Transformers
somewhere, but
Armada for me, and as I just said earlier ago with Transformers Energon, I didn't watch it that much. I didn't think it was honestly all that good. The main character really just annoyed the fuck out of me. And I thought the animation really wasn't that good either. Then around that same time period, you had the Transformers Michael Bay live action series. So This was a movie that originally I saw because there was a black guy my mom knew, and he burnt the movie onto a DVD disc, and then he said, "Here's Transformers," and I was like, "Transformers? Like we remember that? I remember that. That was Optimus Prime and Megatron and all those guys that I liked." So we put it on, and it was pretty good quality for a burnt movie back in the day. I'm pretty sure you kids nowadays don't even know what the hell that is, burning a movie onto a DVD. But it used to be a thing back in the day that people used to do, and for like a side hustle. So after that, I saw the first movie, and I thought it was just. But back in the day, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. But looking back on it now, it definitely had really good special effects at that time period. But the story and the cast,
Yeah.
it's one of those like so dumb, like so bad
My
it's
kids
good
dig
kind of
those
movie.
movies though.
But
Like
the
I
Michael
just
Bay
got
Transformer movies.
all the original Bayformer movies on Blu-ray for like, or not, no, on 4K
You got the 5
for
film
like,
collection that they do now.
yep, for like $50.
It's the one that I
So it's
have.
like, all right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the 4K one because that's what I have a 4K TV. So, but yeah, here's that cover you were talking about, bro.
Oh, I love that one. Ooh,
It's a good
damn.
cover. This is the mass print, still pretty good. This was the other book I got, Energon Universe 2005 special.
So after I saw the first Transformer movie, we have this thing called a Game World out here that's very similar to like a GameStop. I was buying
Yep.
DVDs at the time because, well, that's how you would kind of, see movies. You'd buy the DVDs. I saw Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, watched it. I thought it was complete garbage. It's just an awful movie. Outside of like, they kill Optimus Prime. Then at the end, he power links with Jetfire. He beats Megatron and Starscream, and then Jetfire dies. And I was like, all right, this is just awful. Like the Shia LaBeouf screaming to me in every movie was just so damn cringe. Like it's funny when you're watching it, but when you remember it, it's so annoyingly cringe. And then around that time period, that was 2009. So keep in mind, guys, that's back when I was before I was like, well, I was around a freshman in high school. So then after that, when I was a junior, 2011 is when Dark of the Moon came out, and Dark of the Moon was the first Transformers live action movie I actually saw in the theaters, and I went and saw Dark of the Moon in the theaters, and I thought I had a good time with it. It's definitely better than Revenge of the Fallen, but it's still not great. It's just one of those like so bad it's good kind of movie, And then we started hearing, and at that moment in time, Dark of the Moon or Dark Side of the Moon, whatever the fuck they called it, it made $1 billion
It was
because
Dark of the Moon.
the first one
Yep.
made like 780. The second one made like what 900, and then the third one made $1 billion. And then if people were asking like, "Hey, are we getting more of these?" Because it made $1 billion, obviously. And people have to factor this in. China and overseas territories were always the biggest ticket buyers for these movies. So just
Yep.
keep that in mind when I go over more of the story. So after that, Michael Bay, he does end up returning. But then they obviously get rid of Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox and the white girl they had in the third movie for Mark Wahlberg. And the Mark Wahlberg movie was Transformers: Age of Extinction. That movie is egregiously awful. Insert like a few good scenes here. That's the problem with these Transformer movies. Insert a few good scenes here and there, cool dialogue pieces, cool action sequences. These are horrible movies. The fifth one comes out because I did not watch Transformers 4 in the theaters. I watched Dark Side of the Moon in theaters, and I watched the next one I'm going to talk about last night. That was complete trash. That might be one of the worst movies ever made. That movie is just completely awful. And then Age of Extinction makes $1 billion, but last night ends up being the lowest grossing movie of the film series at that moment in time. Then comes out Bumblebee. I didn't go watch Bumblebee, just didn't really think I'd be that
I did.
interested in
I
it.
liked it.
A lot of people said they like Bumblebee. That opening scene, I saw it. That's Transformers right there.
Well, that's what it was, dude. That's what brought people back in, was
Mhm.
because that was Transformers. It looked like Transformers. We're like, oh shit, maybe they get it.
But I'll ask you, did you like it past the opening scene?
I thought the rest of the movie was all right. The girl was a little weird. I liked the representation of Bumblebee as an actual freaking Volkswagen.
Mhm.
It wasn't bad. In all honesty, it was probably one of the better entries in it. And after watching like last night in Age of Extinction, like the bar was pretty damn low.
Yeah, like after you watch Age of Extinction, you're probably like, what the literal fuck is this franchise going down a path of? Because like it's just a lot of the movies, even from the very first one with Shia LaBeouf, they're over excessively long for no reason, and they just drag and drag and drag, and then it always has to do with something with the moon. Every plot in these movies is something about the damn moon. Like the first 5 of them, it's like holy mother
It's
of God.
true.
And
You're not
then
wrong.
after Bumblebee, we got Transformers: Rise of the Beast, which is with Anthony Ramos, the guy who, if you guys saw In the Heights, he was the main guy in that. He's making this one. outside of I forgot it was this one Autobot that kind of stole the show in Transformers Rise of the Beast. So we hadn't had a Transformer movie in a very, very long time after Bumblebee. Because remember, Bumblebee, so here's the controversy with Bumblebee. Originally, it was supposed to be a prequel
All right, there.
to the first Transformers 2007 movie. It was originally a prequel to that.
Yeah.
Then, after it kind of had better reception than the other movies did, they're like, you know what? No, this is the start of a new franchise. And we're like, wait, what the holy fuck? It just,
I mean,
I
the
guess
art was so different. I can understand why they
the
went that way.
style of
In
the
all
movie
honesty,
was
I
really
kind of thought
different.
they were.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. The style was different. The
Mhm.
robots looked different. They weren't
Yeah.
razor blade driven Bayformers anymore. They were.
Yeah.
They were something interesting. So
And also, Bumblebee was a character that was in the first Transformer movie with Michael Bay. He was. I don't really get. I'll be honest, with you guys. I don't get the obsession. He doesn't talk. He's not that interesting. I think there's way better Autobots that
yeah,
I've seen. Like I think Red
I
Alert's
did.
better. I think Hotshot's better. I think
I thought
go ahead.
the not speaking thing was stupid. Like even in the
Yeah,
first
right.
movie,
I think it's
it made
dumb.
no fucking sense. It wasn't a useful plot point. They
It's a
did it so
useful
they
way
could
to
be.
gauge emotion out of you. Oh, well, he can
Yeah.
talk now. It's like fuck, stupid.
And then they
I
took
hate
away
it.
his
Yeah.
ability to talk in the next one. It was that whole minor thread of plot with him never made any sense, and it was always dumb.
Yeah.
I just watched 2007 like a week ago or something with the kids, and
Yeah.
I remembered how much I thought it was stupid that they just
Yeah.
didn't want to spend money on a voice actor for it, for fuck's sake.
And then even in Transformers: Rise of the Beast, because it was supposed to be a mixture of like Beast. What's the one called? It's called Beast. I don't say Morphers. Beast Wars is what it's called.
Yeah, Beast Wars.
I remember there was an animated series about that when I was a kid. I watched it. I didn't really think I was way too young to understand what was going on. I'm not saying I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It just didn't appeal to me. Like the thing that Rise of the Beast fails on is because there's too much going on and there's not enough attention with either side. So I feel like they really
Yeah.
wasted the Beast Wars characters because in Rise of the Beast, Optimus Prime tells Bumblebee, "Hey, I know B, one of them was kind to you." They don't even take Haley Steinfeld from the previous movie into Rise of the Beast though, and it's like, well, how am I supposed to believe that this is interconnected when you don't have Haley Steinfeld from the previous one? Like this universe is already bad. And keep in mind, guys, every Transformer movie, basically after basically since last night, it's had diminishing returns to the box office. And keep in mind,
Oh yeah.
it's all gonna come full circle. People are like, man, you guys are just spitting fire here. Oh, don't worry, it'll wait. So the biggest reason why the Transformers franchise is in the state that it's in is because of Michael Bay. So yes, he did get the franchise to make a whole bunch of money for the studio. And I'm personally we're very happy about that. But the problem with Michael Bay is the fact that whenever you talk about Michael Bay, people associate him with these awful Transformer movies. Keep in mind, he's did good movies himself. He did Bad Boys.
He
For you
did.
guys.
Yeah.
He did fucking what's that movie? Armageddon. He did that one. I don't say these are
Yep.
good, but like they're fun, right? He did a lot of other movies that you guys will probably remember. I can't think of them right on top of my head.
Oh yeah,
but
he's done great movies. I don't know what happened with Transformers, in all honesty. The first one was fun, but like I said, the Bumblebee thing bugged me, and Shia LaBeouf was annoying. This is the problem with the way they keep doing the movies, and the animated
What?
series
You
had
didn't
this
like
problem
Sam
too.
Witwicky?
No, I didn't like the humans at all. Like,
the humans in every movie are bad. Every movie, the humans
I don't
awful.
need them. They're the biggest detriment to the fucking movie is the humans. I don't need them in it. I understand that Transformers going into it is going to be a CG slop fest, except it wasn't. It was actually better than most of the shit we get from Marvel now.
Yeah.
But it's going to be CG. I understand that already going in, guys. So just give me the fucking robots. I don't need the human-driven plot point because it's asinine. The original animated series had those humans there because Decepticons attacked construction bases and everything else, and Sam showed up. But for the most part, when they went out into like Rumble and shit with the Decepticons, the whole point of it was the Transformers. The character-driven points were the Transformers. The humans were very ancillary to the story. Now, if you want to have a human that's like off to the side and discovers them and like, oh my god, and accidentally like do what Daniel Warren Johnson did, where it wakes him up. Like Daniel Warren Johnson actually makes the humans kind of an integral part of the story. But the original cartoons never really did that, and it was annoying even in the cartoons. But in the movies, it was a million times more annoying. So if you can't write a script where you weave them in better, go talk
Mhm.
to Daniel Warren Johnson. He did it right for the first time I've ever fucking read it. Then don't do it. Just leave it the fuck alone. Just give me the damn
So this is
robots.
the
That's all
main
I want.
issue when people talk about where the Transformers movies are headed now, because the final movie that came out just last year, guys, was Transformers 1. So this is an animated prequel movie to Bumblebee. Okay, so we said earlier that they
Is it a
changed what
prequel to
Bumblebee was.
Bumblebee though? Was it a
So
Bumblebee prequel?
so everything that we said about Bumblebee, remember how the second part where we said they wanted it part of a new kind of
Yeah.
timeline. So Transformers 1 is a prequel to that movie, which is also weird because of what they showed in Bumblebee, the first part of the movie, and it's odd because Transformers
It
1
seemed to
ended
me
up.
like the start of a new animated series or something.
That's what they
Like it
should have
didn't
did. They
seem
should have just
tied to
started a
shit.
clean
It should
slate. Yeah.
absolutely be.
So
Like
that
I'll
movie,
take it. I hate
Transformers
the
1, bombed at the box office. And keep in mind, what happened? It had from what I heard, it had great reception, but the
it
problem with the
wasn't bad. I
movie,
saw it. I don't have a lot of complaints about it. I went to see it and
but you know
I
what killed
don't
it? The
care
first
for the
trailer that
Megatron
dropped, remember?
story.
The first
The
trailer
what?
that dropped killed the interest of the movie. Because that first trailer was so unbelievably bad, I feel like it generally killed the interest in the movie because everyone
Probably.
basically had their confirmation bias, confirm, oh, it's just another one of those dumb Transformer movies that they just don't care about, that they just put out for a
Yeah.
cash grab. And then everyone who watched it loved it. That's crazy. The fact that they taint and keep in mind, guys, the way Michael Bay has did this franchise, people do not trust them to do a Transformer movies. Now, you could argue he put them in the highest highs, but Michael Bay's career right now is known for doing these Transformer movies. The first thing you think about Michael Bay
Nope.
is butts, explosions, and robots. Yeah, because he did a lot of the Transformer movies.
And slow mo.
His looks cool, and like Zack Snyder's is just trash.
Yeah. Like
So
Bay, definitely up
okay.
here. Snyder, not
You know what's
as good.
crazy? You said you liked Bumblebee, right? Christina Hodson wrote that. That awful ass fucking writer. Holy shit! How did she write that?
In all honesty, it had a half decent story in it. So yeah, fuck Fido, dude. She had
So
help, more than likely. She just got credited on it.
I honestly don't know what the future of the franchise is. We heard there's going to be a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover. We'll talk about that when you get back from your vacation in another video. But I don't know if they're going to do a sequel to Rise of the Beast because, guys, last night.
Yeah.
Last night for what I think bombed, or you can say it didn't bomb. Well, okay, we'll use these. Bumblebee bombed. Rise of the Beast bombed. Transformers 1 bombed at the box office. 3 box office bombs back to back to back because of the
Yeah.
reputation this franchise had based off what he did. Keep in mind, he is the one that is the double-edged sword. He gave them their biggest high, but now since his imprint is so hard on the talk to any casual about Transformers, they'll immediately start talking
Oh
to you about
yeah.
Michael Bay because of just it's crazy how he has this much influence over the franchise despite basically just he doesn't really have that much Transformer knowledge. He's just the director. If you talk
No,
about
that's
Transformers,
the
it's just
unfortunate
nothing
part
there.
about films.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at how much damage that the MCU has done to comics. Like in all honesty, the movies never built the comics up, but the movies
Mhm.
absolutely can damage the comics. Like it's not a two-way street. If the movie is bad, the comics are going to feel it. And if the comics are good, the movie isn't going to feel anything. And if the movie is good, the comics aren't going to feel anything. But if the movie is bad, the comics will feel it.
So after Transformers 1 bombed at the box office, before we covered the other thing we're going to cover in the video, there was a thing that was said back during the Thanksgiving week of last year in November, where on November 20th, 2024, in the wake of the underperformance of the animated film Transformers 1, Hasbro announced they would no longer be co-financing film adaptations of their products and IPs, instead leaving external studios to exclusively fund such projects. So we don't
Oh wow.
know if we're going to get a sequel to
You
Transformers
won't.
1. There's no way.
Hollywood doesn't have the money to front that kind of cash anymore, dude.
So the sequel to Rise of the Beast would be that Transformers G.I. Joe crossover film, and that's just
Yeah,
that'll need another video in and of itself for me to break down how horrible that fucking idea it is. But
I mean,
Here
it'd be a
is
good idea
where
if
we're
they
gonna go
had
over it.
somebody who could actually do it, but I don't. There isn't anybody out there that I think that can really.
Just hire Zack Snyder to write it.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. That works out for
Heard
everybody who
I heard he was the
spends
blueprint,
that
like that
money.
bitch Chloe Zhao said. Remember when Eternals came out? Zack Snyder was the blueprint. Jesus Christ, holy fucking god! Wow, she was not cooking with that. So
Who
Michael Bay's
doesn't love
return.
Eternals, bro? Come on, it
Oh, good lord.
saved it saved
Uh,
so many lives, though.
Michael Bay's return could be the only way to save Transformers now. At this point, the return of Michael Bay to the director chair might be the only way to save the Transformers franchise. Transformers 1 was recently released in theaters, revealing the origins of Optimus Prime and Megatron when they were brothers known
I
as
hate those
Orion
origins.
Pax and D16. I'll be honest with you guys, I've never known the origins of either of them, and I just don't care. It's just
I don't. I
it never
think the
peaks in my
origin thing,
mind, you know?
making like making them they're underprivileged near slave
Oh no.
laborers and oh dude, and yeah, they did it so they could make Megatron a sympathetic villain, and I hate that origin for him. Now I don't like that, and I think that premise is retarded, and I don't care for it or care about it. I don't consider it canon, even though they keep trying to force it down everybody's throat. I fuck that shit. But
Yeah.
outside of that, the movie
Mhm.
was all right.
In,
Like
in, in
I
my
don't have a lot
opinion,
of big gripes.
the reason why I've never cared about their backstory is because anything I watched from them never kind of warranted me knowing. It's like, okay, it's better when they just
Yeah,
you don't know why they don't like each other. I think for this kind of franchise, a more simpler approach to that is better always. Like it's kind of like what you don't know makes it more interesting, and then when you get that reveal, you're
yeah.
like, oh, I don't think this is a franchise that needs to be like deeply. Like, does anyone really care about Optimus Prime's origins? I just like that he just transforms into a truck.
I
Honestly.
mean, I could, and I'm fine with an origin. It was done for ideological reasons, and it sucked.
Hmm.
Like that's the problem. You can't. I cannot trust anything that they write in this era of pop culture because it one is the worst era of pop culture, if not nearly the death of it,
That's
and
true.
two, like the people writing the stuff don't really give a shit for the canon or care. They care about being seen and feeling represented. And this has been going on for some time because that piece of proposed lore for Megatron and Optimus it goes back a little ways. Like it was done back in the IDW comics is
Mhm.
where they first tried to present this kind of shit, and it was bullshit. I'm tired of
Yeah, the whole
sympathetic
thing of
villains. I'm
sympathetic
also
villains. Yeah, yeah.
I even think that doing the Wolverine origins was bullshit. It was a cop out. Never should have done it. Complete.
However, the new animated prequel has joined the collection of post-Bay Transformers projects that have not seen much success at the box office. Having directed and produced the first Transformers live action movie in 2007, man, damn, what a throwback that is. That came out 18 years
It's a
ago when we're doing this
ways
video.
back. Post show.
Fuck. That's when Rush Hour
It's
3
old.
came out, Shrek the third Pirates of the
Mhm.
Caribbean movie. God damn. Bay would go on to direct 4 more sequels, with his final movie being Transformers The Last Night in 2017. Since then, the Transformers franchise has released 2018's Bumblebee, directed by Travis Knight, 2023's Transformers Rise of the Beast from director Stephen Cable Jr., and most recently the animated Transformers 1 by Josh Cooley. Each one of these movies has seen lower box office numbers compared to the Bay films of the past, leading to the argument that perhaps the original director should come back for the sake of the Transformers franchise as a whole. But this is the thing, though.
Mm,
I want people to really understand this, though. The reason why those Transformers movies made as much as they did were for many different factors. One, we were never the actual market for them in terms of like how much money they overall made. If you look at the legitimate box office
yeah.
numbers, and I've had many, and I did it many times for those movies, overseas markets like China and Japan and all those, they purchased more. The international numbers were always more than America. These Transformer movies actually dipped off domestically basically after Dark Side of the Moon. Like around that
Yeah.
one, people already kind of went like, okay, I kind of know how these are going to be. These are going to be pretty much just like popcorn, dumb fun kind of movies, right? But people went and watch these movies back in the day more because like this was just the thing to do. Like we just gave studios all our money just for anything, honestly. And then when movie quality just became absolutely so bad, and Transformers was kind of before that, you knew, because they never really started off with great quality. You knew it was going to dip at some
I mean,
point.
the later Transformers movies were kind of a sign of the direction things were going, though, dude, in Hollywood.
Yeah, like
You know, you
fans would
can't
just
just
check
blame.
out. If we're being honest here,
Yeah, Hollywood
like
just started checking out, dude.
yeah,
Fans accepted slop until we didn't. I mean, I
yeah.
didn't see the last two Transformers movies. I mean, I'll get them for $10 on a disc if my kids want to watch something silly,
$10.
but
They're not even worth $1. But you know,
it's only
I
$10 because they're 4K.
that you see, that's the thing is this franchise, barring what you think about Hollywood, this franchise proves one thing: you can only give someone so much dumb, fun popcorn movies before they just check out. Because you can
Yeah,
have popcorn movies that do well at the box office, but those will always only be temporary numbers, in my opinion. Because at some point, if it's a franchise like this, people aren't really looking for that. People want something different from certain franchises. This one's not the one you need to be making like Fast and Furious type movies. Remember there was a rumor that
yeah.
they're trying to cross over Fast and Furious with this? Do they have no other ideas for this franchise anymore? That's actually
No,
insane.
they don't.
That was an actual legit thing they were going to do until I think an executive went, no, we probably shouldn't do that. Well, thank God. But, then with G.I. Joe should
Yeah,
make it so
they had
much
no
better.
idea
Because,
what the
yeah,
hell to do
that
anymore.
G.I. Joe franchise that's doing so. Oh, wait. Yeah, Snake Eyes. Yeah, that's doing so well right now, right? Fucking Paramount. Woo!
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. They knew what they were
It's worth
doing there for sure. I give
It's
you
worth
that.
mentioning that Bay's final Transformers movie, The Last Night, did begin the decline at the box office. Yes. So, Dark Side of the Moon came out in 2011. It's the first one to make $1 billion, as you guys see from this breakdown. Why is the reason why Age of Extinction made $1 billion? And keep in mind, it made less of $1 billion than Dark of the Moon. So, Dark of the
Yeah,
Moon made 1.124 million. Sorry, 1.124 billion. Age of Extinction makes just 1.104 billion. We hadn't had a Transformer movie in 3 years. So there was optimism around the next movie based off of, us waiting, right? That's the only reason why that one made $1 billion. And keep in mind what I just said earlier, overseas people just bought the tickets more than we did in America.
yup.
However,
That's what's funny about that though?
yeah.
People don't realize the Chinese market and shit. They report how much money the films made, like
Mhm.
overall gross. The Chinese government keeps the vast majority of that money. They only get like 25% of that cash. So you got to
Yeah.
minus 25% from whatever the Chinese take is, or
And then you got to
75%
minus the
from whatever the
45%
Chinese take
that
is.
our theaters take too.
Yep.
Yep.
Like
However,
they don't get all that money.
where were we at? Okay, sorry. It's worth mentioning that Bay's final Transformers movie, The Last Night, did begin the decline at the box office that's been consistent since his departure. However, Bay is also responsible for the highest grossing Transformers films of all time. I think that's just a matter of circumstance and right place at the right time than the quality of these movies.
Yeah,
Like, I know people like
absolutely. I didn't
these. I know
understand
people
Dark of
like
the
the
Moon.
first three. I think the only so bad they're good ones is the first one and the third one. And that's also
Yeah.
stretching it because they are really awful if you start going over actions, anything story wise. And keep in mind,
Oh
they
yeah.
they killed off Sideswipe in the first one, or not, or Jazz, or whatever the fuck his name is, where Optimus Prime or Megatron ripped him apart. Like they would just kill off. They killed off Iron Oxide. Damn it! They killed off Ironhide in the third
Ironhide and
one.
the
Yeah,
yeah.
they're just killing off even the Autobots that people just got exposed to that were like kind of cool. They killed them. Why are you
Yeah,
gonna
there
kill
was no character
Ironhide?
development for the robots at all. It was
Yeah,
asinine. Like we got all this shit about Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox that didn't matter at the
Megan
end of the
Fox
day.
called Michael Bay
Like
Hitler.
it
Remember that controversy? She got fired.
was basically an early 2000s teen romance movie with robots.
Yeah,
Like I want a
I agree.
robot movie about robots. Just give me the fucking robots,
And look at
guys.
this decline at the box office. And keep in mind, after Age of Extinction's optimism is over and people realized that Michael Bay was up to his old tricks again, look at what happened with The Last Night. They thought they could just feed people the same movie over again and people would, nope.
Mm-hmm.
And look what happened. 605 million for last night. Bumblebee, 468. And keep in mind, Bumblebee had great reception. People actually enjoyed it, but it tanked
Yeah, it
because
did.
the damage is done after what these first 6 movies do. The damage is done. Or sorry, first is
Yep.
that 5 movies? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, after these first 5 movies, the damage is done. There's nothing you can do to repair it. They would have to come out with like 5 good Transformers movies in a row to actually repair these numbers, and you can't because Rise of the Beast came out, and they thought, oh, if we take off Michael Bay's name off it, it'll do better. It didn't. I watched Rise of the Beast.
It was
It has
what
the
it
same
was.
it has the same issues as the Michael Bay movies, except the fact that it just doesn't have as he might as well have directed this movie because there's honestly
Oh
nothing
yeah.
different between Rise of the Beast and the other ones that he made, honestly. And then
Yeah,
Savage Jack said he
it's
liked Transformers 1, but this one actually made 150 at the box office. So let me go look up the number. So the box office, let me see, just clarify here. How bad this franchise is at the moment here. I want to make sure I hit Transformers 1 because this is where things are going right now, really quickly. So Transformers 1, I'll use Wikipedia. I don't care. What's the budget of Wikipedia? Let's see. What's the budget? So Transformers 1's budget is between 75 to 147. I'd imagine this is the actual total if we're factoring in marketing. So let's say the actual budget, including marketing, is $147 million. It took in 129.4. That's disgusting. Yeah, the studios is never doing this ever again. There's no more Transformer movies that will ever exist. Unless they give this franchise like a 5-year wait, honestly. You know? So as you guys can see, the box office numbers have cratered ever since the last night. I mean, you could say basically ever since Age of Extinction, the box office cratered. And you like
pretty
Transformers
much.
1. Like
Yeah,
any
it
other
wasn't that
reasons you
bad.
think why it failed?
I didn't look at it as if it was a Transformers Bayformer movie. I looked at it as if it was an animated feature for what would maybe be a new animated series. And if they went that route with it, and this was like a Paramount animated series or something, probably be all right, you know. But they spent way too much money producing it, I think, for that. Like they should have spent considerably less money to have like
Did you like
an
the
hour and a
animation?
half
The animation looks
launch
kind of
movie.
weird, honestly.
It was okay. Like if they had an hour and a half launch movie and then they turned it into an animated series,
Yep.
and they spent less on the launch movie than they did by not getting voice work from people we don't need. Just hire
Yeah.
Hollywood for cartoons. Could you just get some fucking voice actors? I don't need celebrities doing voice work. I need voice actors doing cartoon characters. That's all we need. And you know what? They don't cost nearly as much, and you don't have to spend as much making them. It's way easier.
Oh, they didn't even have Peter Cullen voice Optimus in Transformers 1. It was Chris Hemsworth, actually.
That's where they spent the fucking money, dude, for no reason.
Yeah, because that's what people that are fans of Optimus Prime want to hear from his voice. Chris Hemsworth. Jeez. Oh, God. Ultimately,
Oh yeah.
the box office decline did begin under Bay with The Last Night, seeing as how it didn't break $1 billion like his previous 2 movies did. However, the numbers also see another significant drop between the 5th Transformers movie and 2018's Bumblebee. Both these solo movies starring the iconic yellow bug and the subsequent Rise of the Beast were unable to break $500 million, and neither had Bay behind the director's chair. Yes, because his name damages the franchise. His name
Yep,
actually is
it did.
poison. He actually straight up, literally by himself, ruined the entire thing. He actually just ruined the whole franchise himself. The first thing, talk to any casual about Transformers, any of the movies, or just mention Transformers. They'll be like, "Man, do you remember those Michael Bay ones?" Because
Exactly.
I guarantee you that's the first thing they're gonna say. First thing.
And in
Promise
all
you.
honesty, and I fault Michael Bay more for hiring Shia LaBeouf when he was too young and didn't understand what, and nobody reined him in and was like, dude, you're overacting. It's too much. Like,
Yeah. Likewise,
and like he got better though. Like you see
did.
him in more of his like recent stuff that he's been in. There's
Yeah.
a good World War II tank movie with him in it. He's he's a good actor now, but in Transformers, he was not. He was just not. He was not there.
It's what I would like to say. He was obnoxious most of the time. It wasn't like acting. He's just being acting obnoxious for no reason. It's just doing it over the top, but there's no genuineness to it. You know?
Yeah, that
Oh
was
my
the
God!
problem with
Wait a
it.
minute.
It just wasn't a
Remember
good
Revenge of the
character at all,
Fallen? They
or
had the
believable.
twins, and then there's just not in the third movie. People love the twins. I love
Yep.
the twins. They were cool, and the twins are
Yeah,
just
they were
gone.
funny.
Yeah, just gone because
They got rid of them because they were racist. You remember that, right?
I remember the controversy. Yeah.
Everyone was bitching about how they were racist. It's like they're fucking robots, guys.
Likewise, Transformers 1 has also had a very lukewarm performance at the box office and will most likely end its theatrical run right around the $100 million mark. Well, it ended up, as we know now, it's 130, so not good. On the one hand, the argument can be made that the audience had grown tired of Bay's films by the time of the last night. However, it's also worth pointing out that audiences haven't exactly returned or re-engaged with the franchise in its absence. Yeah. So that's what's the word? It's a Mandela effect, cause and effect. Michael Bay caused
Yes.
the issues, and the effect now is fans don't give a fuck about Transformers. That's how that works. That's not a super hard concept, but what was once a franchise capable of billion-dollar blockbusters has become fairly diminished in recent years. This is in spite of the fact that both Bumblebee and Transformers 1 were received quite well critically, though it's been argued Rise of the Beast took itself too seriously despite being as action-packed as the previous live-action films. That's the problem I agree with. I wanted a more serious movie, but not the way they did it in that movie. Oh God, and that black lady in that movie, Red Beast is awful, terrible. And the way they treat Unicron in Rise of the Beast, that like they didn't have Megatron, so it's Scar, that's the main villain, and he's just that voice actor was who voice acted that guy? That guy was verbatim running that shit down to the ground. He was just there for the paycheck. Watch, if you guys can go just type up Scar scenes on YouTube. The voice acting out of that Decepticon is disgustingly awful. No emotion, just actually trash. The typical quality and expected epic action sequences are there. However, the audience and subsequent box office returns have not been the same. Well, because also keep in mind now, we're also at a different era in movie going experience than when Michael Bay put those out. Like I would say, he was like right place at the right time when there was a big audience for movie going, and but to be fair, even before the theaters had a collapse in audience going, he already made that happen way before that ever became a thing. This franchise was already headed down that path long before any of that shit ever happened.
Oh yeah.
At this point, the idea of Michael Bay eventually returning to the franchise does make a certain amount of sense. It would be not unlike the Russo brothers and their recent announcement at the 2024 San Diego Comic-Con that they will be returning to the MCU to direct both Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, alongside Robert Downey Jr. and the Darrell Dr. Doom. That being said, Bay making a similar return to the Transformers franchise would undoubtedly come with some mixed and divisive reactions. I'll be honest here. We talked about earlier before this video happened, we were talking about like basketball and the Suns and the Lakers. The only reason why they bring Michael Bay back is to actually have tickets being purchased at the box office. It wouldn't be for any other reason.
It's 100% it.
Other than I need people to.
They think it'll sell.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. I don't think it does. Like you said, I think that his name is what they need. Is they need something else. They need somebody new. They need to put somebody new out at the front. They need, if they want to do this, if they really want to do this, they've got to put somebody interesting, somebody new. They've got to bring something else to the table. And in all honesty, I don't think it works as this. Why Transformers also isn't working anymore? I'll tell you. There's nothing out there for kids to watch. The last thing they did, Earthspark, was like pre-K dog crap cartoon. There is no current era a version of Transformers that kids are watching.
Yeah.
There's no cartoon for them to watch. That's where it lived. That's where it thrived. They haven't created another generation of fans. The last generation of fans had Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. That's it.
Oh,
that's the last generation of people who watch it, and the animated series.
No, sorry. The animated series that was based off of Michael Bay's Transformer designs. That one. I forgot what that
Yeah,
was called.
there was that one for a minute.
Yeah.
It was okay. Prime.
Netflix tried having their own Transformers animated series. No one talked about it. The designs looked terrible. Those looked ugly.
The toys from them were really good, but yeah, the reception was kind of quiet on
They
them.
tried it with
There
Sonic
was
too.
even a
Do you
web
remember that?
series
Yeah.
of Combiner Wars and some other things that they did before that even, but yeah.
So Transformers right now, for me, everyone is just only based in the comic books. If you guys haven't been reading Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spencer's current Transformers comic book run from Image Comics and Skybound, I recommend you do so. The third trade paperback at the time of us recording this video has come out. So that means you can basically binge the first 3 arcs from issues 1 through 18 all right now. And then if you want to get the single issue floppy titles, which are at issue 20 right now when Megatron has finally appeared, you can do that. Because Transformers is only, in my opinion, surviving it just based off comic books. Daniel Warren Johnson is single-handedly keeping Transformers alive. Because Hasbro said, as you know, now
Oh yeah.
they're not funding any more Transformer movies. They're done. So that's out of the question. Unless Paramount's
Yeah.
going to fork up the cash themselves. And as you guys know, with Paramount's recent financial struggles, they're not forking up any cash, honestly, unless it's like
Nope,
Sonic,
that is not
probably, or
happening.
Scream, you know? And the only person to blame is themselves. They're like, you know what, with Michael Bay, the box office numbers were big, the opening weekends were great. The good times will always be the good times. And then, oh shit, the last night came out, it did make $1 billion. Oh god damn. Keep in mind, it went
Yep.
from Age of Extinction 1.104 billion to 629. That is actually insane to think about. That's a huge drop, honestly. And then it went from what?
Yeah.
629 to like, oh sorry, last night. Okay, so it was 1.14 billion, then 605, then 468. Even with good reception, these movies don't make money because Michael Bay ruined the
Nope.
franchise. He straight up, I will say this right now, he ruined Transformers for people. It's over. Like I don't really know what else
He
they
did.
do.
You can give people the comic books and hope at some point that Paramount or Hasbro looks to what Daniel Warren Johnson has been doing, because it's the only critically actually accepted thing and fan accepted thing that's being done with the franchise currently, and that has been done with the franchise in nearly a decade. So this is it. Like, if you don't follow, if you need something to follow because you can't find writers who can do the job, there's a writer out there who is doing the job currently, and that's kind of it. There isn't anything else. It's, you just go back to selling toys, but without other media to carry it, like, selling toys won't last forever. People won't recognize the franchise anymore because they won't
Like
have
how
anything to go from.
the thing is, I know you still buy like new Transformers like toys and stuff. Do those new toys even
Occasionally,
sell
yeah,
very well? Like I don't
they
know.
do.
You
They
know?
do.
So
The stuff that's studio series, the stuff that's legacy, all that stuff does actually sell because it's an interesting toy concept, but there's no media behind it to really to drive that for long. So what keeps that going long term? I don't know. I don't know what keeps people interested in it after the next decade or so, or the next generation of kids, move on from their toys. What's going to keep that alive? No clue. I don't know that there's anything out there that will.
all right. So thank you guys for checking out my butthole. I'm joking. I'm not EVS. That's an inside joke you guys will not know about when you're watching this video. So my final thoughts and opinions on it. I mean, you guys have known my final thoughts and opinions. You've been following for many years with this franchise. So given the diminishing box office returns, I would bet my dad comes back into my life before we get another Transformer movies. Just saying. Like, I doubt we're gonna get
That's what I
another.
think it is.
I doubt we're get. I'm just saying right now. I don't think we're gonna be getting any other new Transformer movie beside that GI Joe crossover that they're gonna potentially do. That will cover.
I don't think we even get
next
that,
time.
dude. I don't think it happens. I don't think they have the money to
We've
spend
not
on
heard
it.
much about it since we
Paramount
got announced.
doesn't.
Remember? Yeah.
No, Paramount doesn't have the money to front that all by themselves, so that's not
Yeah.
happening. That's dead.
And then Transformers 1 failed at the box office, and then all you have now is just. I'll just say right now, if you guys are fans of Transformers, just read the current Transformers comic book run from Daniel Warren Johnson and Image and Skybound. That's the best thing you can do right now if you're a longtime Transformers fan. So Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. All right, and we're going to be wrapping up here in just like a minute because you have to tend to your family.
Ooh, excusez-moi. Yep, it's time for dinner.
Dinner? My wife doesn't make me dinner. Almost like I don't have one.
She just buys you clothes.
Okay, I'm gonna go eat some
Have
chicken.
you asked Lennon to make you dinner? You should find out.
I already had dinner. I had chicken. Black, I know. The jokes are there. I had chicken, so I'm good, essentially. I had chicken and 7-Up. Does that count as dinner?
It is. I guess. It works.
Oh, okay. Before we go, as you guys know, next week we won't have our show. It'll be the following week after he comes back from vacation. Is there anything you want to let the audience know about before you head off for your vacation?
Nope. Check out Long Boxing when I get back. There'll be tweets, etc. about it.
There'll be I was gonna say the other word.
Dealing with
Catch it
all
on
this
YouTube.
shit.
So, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show, and we'll